This is the best time of the year, and I'm spending it doing what I love. We are hunting down at Double Drop Ranch. It's late November, and we're going after exotics. Double Drop Ranch is right outside of Huntsville, Texas. They've got tall pine trees and rolling hills and some clearings, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't even feel like Texas. You've got orange, you've got brown, and the animals are moving good.
Not only is the habitat beautiful around here, take a look at the party barn. I mean, this place is like, it's cool. I mean, it's got all different kinds of critters and all of them. I mean, it's all artwork, and nobody does it like Conroe. And what I mean by that is if you take the time and you go to their shop and you walk through it and you get to know them and talk to them and see what they do, I promise you're not going to use another taxidermist, period.
We are here at Double Drop Ranch because of Conroe Taxidermy. Our friends over at Conroe Taxidermy introduced us to these guys and said, hey, you gotta go check out this ranch. They've got a ton of exotics, they've got a great party barn, and y'all are gonna love it.
Hi, my name is Marco Pardo. I'm the manager here at Double Drop Ranch. We're super excited to have Keith and Maddie out here hunting with us. So our hunters show up with all kinds of firearms to hunt exotics, but Keith and Maddie, they showed up with an air gun that shoots bolts or slugs. And Keith shows up with a 500 Smith & Wesson. We have never had anything like that out here before.
This is my gun. It's a big gun. I love big guns. This is what I like to call a man gun. It's a 500 Smith & Wesson revolver. Check that out. I want you to take a look at the ammunition here too. Look at that round. That is a monster of a round for a handgun. All right, I've got this particular pistol topped off with a 4x32 Sightmark pistol scope that has a full 17 inches of eye relief, which means you can get quick sight acquisition. We're gonna go ahead and check our zero. It should still be on. Oh, that's a pretty picture. Nice. That felt really, really nice. Oh, I can see the hole right there in the orange. Ho, 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 ho. Nice. Ooh, I'm liking that. 30 yards, 2 half-inch holes, about 1.5 inches tops away from each other. Not bad.
I got Maddie sitting in an elevated blind, and I have Keith sitting in a ground blind, and I've given him the go-ahead on any kind of ram he sees.
The cool thing I like about hunting for exotics is the fact that you can do it 12 months out of the year, and right here at Double Drop Ranch, they've got opportunities galore. All right, here we go. If that reddish colored one winds up giving me a shot, I'm gonna go ahead and take it.
Now it's time for viewer feedback, brought to you by Protect the Harvest, Protect the Hunt.
Okay, this one comes to us from Natalie off of our website. She said, why is it that there are so many ranches in Texas with exotic animals, and what is the biggest advantage to landowners in having exotics?
I got it, okay. Natalie, great question. There are so many ranches in Texas with exotic animals because the weather is perfect for them here, and the habitat in most places is also perfect. And so you combine the habitat and the weather, I mean, you got a perfect atmosphere for all these exotics. So what is the big advantage to ranchers to have exotic animals? Income. I mean, let's face it, if you own a piece of rural property, you want to make money off of it, and exotic animals allow you to do just that. So that's a great question. Yeah,
absolutely. If you have a question for us, head over to our website. It's highroadhunting.com and click on the Connect with Keith and Maddie tab.
I'm gonna go find a fishing rod.
Yeah. Bring one for me too, please.
I got Keith set up for a ram, but where Maddie's sitting, there's no telling what she's gonna see.
Exotics are really tough to hunt, and it's especially tough for me because I'm hunting with an air rifle, so I've got to get pretty close to take a good shot. It's for that reason that I'm using Scent Killer before I go out in the blind, because I've got to do everything I can to level the playing field with these tough animals.
Oh, look. There's a chocolate fallow coming in from the left. There's a couple fallow, but that chocolate one is really, really pretty. I've never actually shot a fallow before. I've eaten them and they taste really good, but never hunted them before.
Oh shoot, Maddie, there's an axis.
Where? Oh, way out there.
Now, Maddie said she's been hunting an Axis for about 4 or 5 years, so I put her in a blind that I thought was the best opportunity, and I hope she gets one.
So with the big gun my dad's shooting, there's no mistaking that gunshot. I heard a big gun go off, so I'm anxious to see if he got lucky with it.
So I'm sitting here looking at the Rams and I'm trying to get the gun all set up and everything, and the Ram starts doing this number. Does that look funny? No. And for whatever reason, and if you can tell me why they do that, I call it taste in the air, like a white-tailed buck sometimes will like that. But I mean, that Ram's going, and I think he's just smelling the goodness, because it's fixing to change. Yep, that cancel his plans for Christmas. That's for sure. Got him. Look at that. Holy smokes. Look at that, baby. 500 Smith & Wesson and a dead Ram on the ground. And that's pretty doggone cool right there. Everywhere I go, I know that the Lucas products are going to keep my firearms working tip-top shape.
Okay, so with gear care, one of the most important things you need to take care of is your optic. No matter how expensive or how affordable your scope is, you've got to take care of it. On this air gun, I've got a Sightmark 1.5 to 5 by 32 VXR. It's actually a crossbow scope. You'll notice that on the scope, I've got these Timber Creek little scope covers. They're super affordable and they just protect our glass. We're out in the field a lot of times with a lot of grime and dirt and banging up our guns. And with these scope covers, you've just got that extra layer of protection, and they're also super affordable. So it's always a good idea to wipe down your scope when you wipe down your gun. So I'm gonna just put a little bit of the Lucas Oil CLP on here and rub it down the scope. Don't have to worry about getting it on my glass because I've got these scope covers on. Clean it up, get all the dirt and grime off of it from the field. And now it's good for long-term storage, and it'll be ready for our next hunt. One of our biggest routines on all of our hunts is setting up our reconics. Here we've got a lot of exotics, so we need to know what is hitting where, which is very important when you got a lot of critters like this place does.
Oh shoot, Maddie, there's an Axis.
Where? Oh, way out there.
Axis are really, really smart. I've been hunting for one for probably 5 years, so I'm hoping that this guy is gonna come all the way into range.
He's definitely in range. Those other ones need to get out of the way. I'm good. That was a hit. I heard it hit. He's not even acting like he's hit though. Is he gonna go down? Oh shoot! He's down! Holy goodness gracious! That is my very first Axis buck ever, and it's dark. Like, he came in right before dark. We wouldn't have had any more light left. I was fixing to take a fallow buck, which I would have been very happy with, but Axis is some of the best meat there is, and he fell down right there, right on the edge of the brush. The dragon claw did it again. So let's give him a couple minutes, let things settle down, and we're gonna go see him. That's my first Axis buck. Those suckers are smart.
I'm so excited for Maddie. She said she's been hunting an Axis for years and hadn't been able to do it, so I'm glad she could come here and get it done.
This animal right here is something that I've worked for probably 4 years. This is my first ever Axis buck, and he's beautiful. I think Axis are some of the most challenging exotics to hunt here in Texas. They're just gorgeous and they're smart and they're also very tasty. So I'm beyond thrilled with this buck. I had my eyes set on a nice chocolate fallow buck, and all of a sudden, this guy came in right before dark, and I used the Dragon Claw, made a perfect shot on him. Clean pass through. I'm just really impressed with his air rifle. Yeah, and I heard my dad shoot a little while ago, so we're gonna head back and see if he ended up getting lucky with that big gun.
All right, so this is what he looks like, the nice mature ram. This is a Corsican ram, and he's got some pretty good headgear on him. You know, the cool thing about coming to a place to hunt for exotics is that you can do it 12 months a year. And just think about that. I mean, exotics are a whole lot more affordable as well in comparison to whitetails. And, you know, shooting a handgun, I mean, this is a 50 caliber handgun. It's a Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum. And, I mean, I've got it topped off with a real nice sight mark scope, and I love hunting with it. And exotics are just a perfect animal, really, to give me a lot more confidence in my ability with the handguns. So if you're interested in exotic hunting right here in Texas, just outside of Huntsville, give the folks at the Double Drop Ranch a call. They'd love to hear from you. And I think you'd be shocked how affordable it is.
It's been an awesome weekend here with Keith and Maddie. You know, they shot great animals, really cool guns. We've got to hang out in the lodge, eat great food. Barrett from Conroe, he came and hung out with us. It's just been a great overall weekend, and I'm super excited to have Keith and Maddie back out.
How many did you mount?
We mounted 100% of everything in this room.
All of them.
Everything, yeah. We've been working with these guys for a long time.
Holy smoke, this is beautiful. And the thing that amazes me now, trophy rooms are beginning to be a much bigger deal. It's the focus of the home. I mean, like the man cave, everybody wants to come to the trophy room. They eat in the trophy room, they play in the trophy room, it's kind of the area everybody wants to be. I mean, this is beautiful. All right, so I wound up knocking down a nice ram, and I did it with a handgun, and now I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna take a big gun, a really big gun, a 50 BMG, and see how that performs. I've brought another big gun, and this right here is a 50 BMG that shoots big medicine. And the last time I used this, if you didn't see that video, was actually on a baboon, and it really put a hurting on the baboon, like right now. So anyway, I'm gonna get settled down in here and load this 50 BMG and hope something comes in and see how it works on animals over here. And so I'm sitting in the stand, I got the 50 BMG all lined up and the fallow deer out there, and I'm going, oh. The aoudad showed up, and all of a sudden it became an aoudad hunt in a hurry. We've got a young ram that just came in. And we've got two older rams out there at about 150 right now. They gotta feed in here. So they're out there at about 150 yards. I'm thinking, I could take this BMG and drill one at that distance, but I think, we still got about 15 minutes of light left before we lose 100% of the camera light. And I'm thinking, we're gonna see how close they get. And they get closer and closer, and finally close enough. Are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Got him. My gosh. Oh, is that booger loud? And that knocked him on his butt. What gets me is the fact that these sheep are so strong. That's a 750 grain projectile right there. And I mean to tell you what, that is a really, really nice ram. A really good aoudad. All right, it came in, waited 10 more minutes, we'd have been out of camera light, but anyway, we're waiting on a ride to get us down. We'll get down there and see what we got. That's pretty cool, huh? Okay, this is what he looks like. A nice aoudad sheep. The thing that I like about them, I mean, you take a good close look at them, and they just are so unusual. They've got great big eyes, and their vision is incredible. They've got a really good sense of smell. And then they've got rather small ears, if you take a look at it, I mean, compared to their body. This animal probably weighs in the neighborhood of 200 pounds. But I want to point out he's got a nice mane and some chaps down here, but look at his knees, the calluses on the front of his knees right here. I mean, where a lot of times you'll see them getting up on the rocks and they just wear that down. And then the bottom of their hooves, take a look at that. That right there is built for climbing, and they live in some unbelievable rough country. And they are hardy. They are really, really hardy. A lot of people don't think they taste good. Aoudad is extremely lean. The meat is very lean, and I mix it 50-50 with pork, and it's delicious. I like this one because he was a little bit wider, a little bit older, more mass down here on the horns, and I'm very, very happy with him. Now, for those of you that want to know how did the 50 BMG perform, unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. But when you take a look at the entrance hole down here, you think, that's not much one, but what counts is what it does on the inside. So anyway, some people may think overkill. Maybe. Why would you want to shoot a 50 BMG at an aoudad? Because I can. And because people like the 50 BMG. So anyway, if you've got any questions or comments about this video and you're watching online, go ahead and post them below. You know what to do. If you're not subscribed to our channel, please do so. Okay. And then if you want more information about coming out here to the Double Drop Ranch just outside of Huntsville, Texas, get a hold of them. They'd love to talk to you. My name is Keith Warren, and I want to thank you all for watching The High Road.
If you're looking for an exotic hunt of a lifetime, Double Drop Ranch is the place to go. We'd love to have you, and you can contact us using the phone number or look us up online at doubledropranch.com.
I remember before Maddie was born, I thought, man, I hope that my kid's gonna want to hunt. And I think that every hunter out there has that same feeling, because it's this deep passion that we all have about the outdoors that we want to make sure and we want to instill it in others, especially our kids. And so when Maddie was born, it was like, God, please help her love the outdoors. And I think what caused her love to grow in the outdoors is time. The time that she spent outdoors, and it was time not with a gun, it was just time outdoors, whether it was getting dirty and digging holes and just playing outside, and then picking up a gun occasionally, but being involved with the outdoors. You know, you can't get a kid hooked on hunting if you don't get them outdoors first. And so they have to develop this love affair, and I call hunting a love affair with nature. But it's something that every parent out there has got to have that same concern. How do I get my kid to have that love affair with nature and hopefully become a hunter? And the best thing I can do is tell you to spend time with your kid outdoors.
So as a hunter, I dream about going on hunts all over the world, and I'm very lucky because I've gotten to go on some incredible hunts, but I'm even more so lucky because I get to do it with my dad, and it's not just about pulling the trigger on something, it's about the experience of us being together and going to a foreign place, whether it's a foreign place in Texas or it's a foreign place in a different country, and making memories together, doing what we both love, which is hunting. That's the common bond, and that's what's made our relationship so strong. This hunt is something I've worked towards and dreamed of achieving for 5 years. And I got to take in one of the most beautiful ranches in the state of Texas with tall pine trees and a beautiful lake. I got to spend time with my dad and with other hunters in this dream party barn. And it's all thanks to Double Drop Ranch. I couldn't have done any of this without them. They helped me achieve one of my personal goals, and I'm definitely gonna be coming back here. You can't really beat a trip like this.
Taxidermy work for the High Road Group is provided by Conroe Taxidermy, Conroe, Texas.